Yeah. So, I'm gonna be speaking about this probably a lot. Probably, I'm gonna. If my job as a man is to protect, then I have to protect women against themselves because they're so emotionally driven that the devil is manipulating their emotions to control their desires. So, I talked
Deadly
about
sins being prideful, greedful, lust.
I talked about the 7 deadly sins. And when I talked about the 7 deadly sins, I wanted to bring to your attention that female empowerment literally revolves around the 7 elements of sin.
Wanting to be lusted after, wanting to be
being prideful,
after, to be
greedy, to want to be lusted after, to want people to be envious, to be a glutton of alcohol or substances, to be wrathful when you're hurt or angry, to be slovenly, which is body positivity. So everything about female empowerment revolves around the 7 deadly sins. Me accepting you how you are, slovenly, because of your greed and gluttony, is a sin. Me accepting you as a glutton isn't good for God. You accepting me being greedy isn't good for God. We can't just do what we want and expect people to turn the blind eye or turn the blind eye. You're not even asking guys to turn blind eyes. If you're trying to force us to be attracted to something that we're not because you don't want to deal with the idea of being slovenly is a part of it, is being sinful. And I'm not a religious guy. It's just I understand now why these rules are in place, because if there's no rules and no order, everybody's going to do what they want. Nobody's going to hold each other accountable for the things that make us better or the things that make us grow. And it's resulting in everybody blaming someone else for something wrong. When the reality and the biggest issue with everything is people reject their God-given role. Our role as men is to build and protect. And in building and protecting, usually we don't live long lives because building and protecting is very dangerous. So, because building and protecting is very dangerous, men are given privileges that women don't have because they have the privilege of life and the privilege of longer life. That's a privilege that's provided to you by a protector and a builder. You have AC, you have a car, you have a heater when it's cold, you have socks, you have corporations, you have a place to work because men have built things. So we are out of order and we don't appreciate anything that men do. We don't appreciate the things that men built. Not only that, but we support
gluttony,
and expect
to be a glutton,
women,
to be wrathful.
We expect women to build their self-esteem and their self-value based off of the 7 deadly sins. So what's the top? What's number one on the 7 deadly sins? Pride. I don't even have to go into what campaign is embodying that. Greed and lust. Men are greedy. Like men, we're greedy. Women are greedy. Like we greedy people. Women want to be lusted after. Men want to be envied over having women that men lust over, and vice versa. Glutton. We want to drink and consume, till we're fat and unhealthy. We want to drink alcohol till our liver is corroding. We want to eat until 80% of black women are obese and 60% of black men are obese. We're gluttons. Wrath. Oh, you make us mad, we're going to fight on the airplane. We're going to fight in Walmart. We're going to fight here. Oh, you make me mad, you can't see your kid. Oh, you going to make me mad? Oh, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to see my kid. It goes both ways. We all doing the same shit, but because of the 5% of the men that own 100% of the assets, every man is bad because of the 6% of men that get to win and dominate. So that gives 100%. That gives the 96% of women who aren't married to these, 94% of women who aren't married to these wealthy men. 94% of women have control over 90% of men. I mean, only the 6% of men have control. Now, they mad at Kevin Samuels because Kevin Samuels told average woman that she was average at best. I'm handsome, and I know I'm still average. I might not be handsome to you, but I know I'm handsome. I'm just like a woman should know she's pretty or know she's attractive. Everybody should know this. I know that I'm an average person. Being handsome doesn't outweigh the other things. I don't like to do. I'm a homebody. I don't like to go out like that. I like actually peace. I like to be able to think. I like quiet. I endure peace. So I'm average because I might be handsome, but I don't like to do the stuff that quote unquote the top guys do. I'm not a suit and tie social event, and that's not who I am. So that makes me average because that's not what women want. Women want to be out, to be showed off, to be in the thick of things. Now, I find it troubling that Kevin Samuels told an average woman that she is average, which is okay. Most people are average. Most people are average. Matter of fact, less than 20% of people are above average, man. I mean, and that's a part of why dating doesn't work, because dating is about feelings, and in the black community, there's no such thing as an average woman. So when we're talking about stats, data, and statistics, it makes no matter to when you're talking to a woman about data, stats, and statistics, because all black women are the outliers. There's no such thing as an average woman. So whenever you're talking about whenever you're talking about women at whole, you're not talking about them, because every black woman is an outlier. Every black woman, vagina and sex is amazing, and this is why we can't have conversations, because like when we approach women that we know are average, that are average above men, they think that they are at a higher level than what they are, and then we're like, well, damn, you're average amongst us. We don't look at you like to be above average. We don't. Just like we know you don't look at us above average. Like, men know where we stand in society. That's one thing we do. And it's ironic that to tell an average woman she's average, or hell, to tell a below average woman that she's average. Like, we're nicer than you guys think. We'll allow women that are not even average looking, we'll give them the respect and treat them the way we do an average woman. To me, I find it funny that he told women that said that they were not going to compromise, that they were not going to lose weight, that had bad attitudes, that had children out of wedlock, that won't allow you to discipline them. He told them that you're not going to get $100,000 6-foot man that's handsome, that's great in bed, because they're not. It's the truth. Those guys can get who they want. Those guys could be broke and get bad chicks. Those guys, broke, tall, handsome men have the most babies, and they could be broke and a woman will want their baby. So imagine if they got their shit together, man. Grow up. What the fuck? It's crazy. It's like, yes, there are attractive women that might be attracted to me, but I don't have what they want. Like, I don't have the time, the money, or the energy to go out and do these social things. So I won't even bother. Like, I used to date and do all these things, but I get life. Like, I am a regular guy. I don't like to do all this extra stuff. This is why guys like fishing. We are peaceful people, actually. We just like to watch a game or something simple, go to work, come home. We're very boring people. Matter of fact, I would say too, like, I'm starting to think or starting to see that guys are cheating out of preservation, because you won't understand this, but if a woman is constantly telling you you're inadequate and comparing you to her friends or to her ex and shit like that, you like, well, damn, there's nothing I could do that makes her feel like I'm adequate. Like, goddamn. Then there'll be a chick at work that'll be in your face just because you handsome. So you got the chick that you with is never happy. If you working heck of hours, then you're not at home enough. If you at home too much, you don't have enough money. Like, we realize that when you in a long-term relationship as a man, that's the worst position to be in, because when you're in a relationship, women expect the world. When you just a dude at work or just a side dude, then just being there is enough, and that doesn't make sense. That's why it's easier as a guy to cheat or be the side dude, because chicks, it's weird. Like, the dude that they with, they treat that dude worse than a side person. And dudes don't do that. Dudes don't be like, we don't be like, I don't know, man. Dudes don't do that. I don't know. I don't get that. Like, dudes do cheat and do all that, but we cheat different. And when a woman cheats, she not in love no more. Like, once a woman is in a relationship and she have sex, it's different from a man. Dudes can cheat and have sex and not give a fuck about the chick. It literally, like, it's nothing. Like, y'all don't get us. Y'all mad at Kevin Samuels for telling the average woman that she will only be eligible for an average man. It's not about what you deserve. It's not about what you think you deserve. It's about what you are eligible for. Yo, if I don't have experience in coding, I could say I deserve a job in coding, but then when you start asking questions and go, wait, you don't have no experience in coding, you've never coded, you don't hang with coders, you don't have a computer, how can you expect it to get, how could you think you deserve a job as a coder when you don't even know nothing about coding? You don't even hang out, you don't even know people that code. How could you get the job? You don't even know where to apply. You don't know nothing. And that's what women sound like. When women say, I deserve a good man because I know what I want. Okay, I deserve a coding job because I know what I want. Do you have any skills for coding? Do you have a background in coding? Do you have any training to know what a coding job is? No. But I know what I deserve. And because I wasted my time at McDonald's, I now know that what I deserve and what I want. I now know what I want. I want a coding job and I want to make $200,000. Well, sir, Mr. Black Man, even though you feel like you know what you want and you deserve it, because even though you feel like you deserve a job at Google being a coder, because just because you worked at McDonald's your whole life and now you know what you want, that doesn't entitle it to you, Mr. Black Man, just because you want it and now you that's not how life works. You have to build up to be eligible for that thing you desire. Wanting it and being eligible for it. Having a want for something and being eligible for something is different. Now, to expand on Kevin Samuels, to expand on what we learned from Kevin Samuels, and then now to go back to what your big mama told you, because you think you smarter than your big mama and you're not a better woman than her, and I ain't a better man than my well, I will say I do make more money than my grandfather. I do say statistically men do more housework than their grandfather. We statistically spend more time with the children. That doesn't make us better. It does say that we do more around the house and we earn more than our elders. Now, the level of racism that they dealt with is uncanny. And they had to be drafted into a war. So we are never going to be as great as those people. Those people were amazing human beings. And we would hope to be a quarter of what our great-grandparents were. They were fucking amazing people. They were devoted Christians, and they devoted their lives to make sure that we could be here today and have the things that we need. So we owe everything to our great-grandparents, and we need to be celebrating them with more honor and aggressiveness. They paved the way for us, and we don't even give a fuck. Like, it's crazy. Now, we mad at Kevin Samuels for telling the average woman that she's not eligible for above average men. How come y'all don't say nothing about Cosmopolitan lying to women, telling them that they can have it all, writing articles that were terrible, then teaching women how to cast love spells? I mean, at what point? So you're mad at a black man for telling black women that they're not eligible for what they want. He said you're entitled to want what you want, but hey, you're not eligible for it just because you want it. So I'm going to use the analogy again. I'm going to use this again. If I want a better job and I say, hey, you know what? I want to work at Google as a coder. And you go, well, why? Well, because I know what I want. And because I've worked at McDonald's my whole life, I now know what I want. McDonald's isn't good enough for me. You go, all right, bet. I get that you want what you want. So what skills do you have? What job skills do you have? Or what training do you have in coding? I don't have any training in coding. I just know I want to be a coder, and I know I want more. And because I used to work at McDonald's and I know what I want, that entitles me to a job at Google as a coder. Wait, hold on. Do you know any coders? No. Have you ever coded? No. Do you know how much coders make? No. So you don't know anything about coding. You haven't improved your job skills to be eligible for that job, but you still feel like you deserve a job at Google coding. Yes, that's what you sound like. If you say, because you've dealt with thugs and D-boys and gave them babies, gave them your youth, gave them your time, honor, love, and respect. Now that your kids are older and you're getting, that nice child support from that broke guy, now you say, you know what, I deserve a good guy. Well, why do you deserve a good guy? Well, because I used to date thugs and drug dealers and I had their kids. I gave them my youth, my love. I gave them my honor. And so now because I did that, I know what I want. I want a man that earns a lot, but he has to prove his love to me and get to him when I want to, how I want to, when I feel that he does something that's worth submitting to. What, man, if you don't sit your fucking ass down, sit your motherfucking ass down. That's your motherfucking problem. I'm a dad, so I'm going to tell you what your absent dad should have told you. That shit sounds stupid as fuck. Ain't nobody going to do that shit. Sit the fuck down. Fuck wrong with you? See, this the problem. I'm the square out of all the people that I know, but I'm the only one that got the nuts to really fucking say the truth. And that's the problem, right? Because y'all, like a lot of y'all tough, right? Y'all tough. Y'all want to fight and y'all proud over y'all uplift this thuggetry and this gang banging and all this stupid ass shit, right? Y'all be the ones uplifting this and always talk about gunplay and this and that. But behind closed doors, bro, y'all getting punked by women, bro. Y'all don't even wear the pants in y'all house. Y'all don't even pay all the bills. Half of y'all ain't even never had an apartment of your own. You have never had your own fucking apartment. You have never completed a lease cycle by yourself. What the fuck? How can you, who have never completed a fucking lease cycle, you think your throne to manhood is all of the people who you beat in a fist fight? You've sacrificed nothing for black people. You've created nothing for black people. You created shit for yourself. You don't have a vision. You don't have an idea. You don't have a plan. But when a man that was raised by a dad in a family full of successful, financially stable men tells you what the fuck needs to happen, then the black man becomes a chauvinist. Bet. So guys like Kevin Samuels, guys like Anton Daniels, are toxic and hyper masculine and all of these negative things. Oh, but Cosmo is okay for teaching women how to do sex magic and witchcraft. And Teen Vogue, who teaches kids about witchcraft. Oh, and there actually was an activist organization. Literally, the acronym is WITCH, Women International Terrorist Conspiracy from fucking hell. This was an activist group that was started in 1968, and they were a part of multiple, they basically led second wave fucking feminism. Second wave feminism is witchcraft, which includes marketing witchcraft and love spells through Vogue and Teen Vogue and Cosmo.
To be
all
sloppy.
of women empowerment. Women empowerment is basically is being empowered by the 7 deadly fucking sins. I'm not making this up. People are empowered. Women empowered. Society has tricked our women into witchcraft and devil pandering. They have taught our women to have self-esteem and embodying elements of sin. And I'm not even a Christian, I'm not a Muslim, but if you can't see this, then you are the problem. The devil don't do nothing to you. The devil tricks you to do things to yourself. The devil has tricked our women into casting spells that has caused turmoil in earth, on earth, not just society, it's destroying earth. I've been saying that Eve told you to bite the apple. Okay, if Eve told you that a man wasn't a man and a woman wasn't a woman, and if Eve told you that, you know what, being a gender is a feeling, you would say, oh, you're right. But then read the Bible and then try to act like you, man, get the fuck out of here, man. These people don't believe in, these people will believe in anything.
Did you know that they're actually
Yes, they were casting love spells. That's what they were doing.
practicing witchcraft? It's not my opinion. Cosmopolitan did an article talking about casting love spells in 2014. There was another woman that did an article in Vice talking about she did sex magic, a ritual that changed her life. Now, if you think that this is out of nowhere, listen to it. It's called sex magic. It harnesses the chronically suppressed power of female sexual energy to manifest its intentions. Haven't we been hearing manifestation a lot lately? I wonder why. Yesterday, I did a video talking about how basically female empowerment has tricked women into being empowered by doing the 7 deadly sins, being prideful, greedful, lust, wanting to be lusted after, wanting to be envied after, to be gluttony, to be a glutton, to be wrathful, to be slovenly. I talked about that. But did you know that they're actually practicing witchcraft? It's not my opinion. Cosmopolitan did an article talking about casting love spells in 2014. There was another woman that did an article in Vice talking about she did sex magic, a ritual that changed her life. Now, if you think that this is out of nowhere, listen to it. It's called sex magic. It harnesses the chronically suppressed power of female sexual energy to manifest its intentions. Haven't we been hearing manifestation a lot lately? I wonder why. Yesterday, I did a video talking about how basically female empowerment has tricked women into being empowered by